Alright, y'all. If you think you're a Kawasaki pro, or you're some type of Kawasaki electrical badass, show me what's up, okay? I got this 2004 Ninja 250. I cannot get spark. Bike was brought to me with no ignition switch, so I went ahead and got my 100 ohm resistor, wired it from the brown to the gray, and then I got that the brown and resistor side hooked up to my switch, which gets power from the white, which is hot from the battery. So if I turn on my switch, getting my neutral light, getting all my lights up there, got my kill switch on. What I've done here to make sure the coils and everything is good is I've unhooked it at the ECU, unplugged it from the box. I hooked the trip wire for one of the coils through my spark tester to first make sure that we're getting good enough power to get a spark. So as you can see, power's coming through the coil all the way to the connector for the box, and we're getting spark. Just to go ahead and try to make sure we weren't dropping anything while the motor was cranking, I cranked the motor. I won't do it here because it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but I was cranking the motor, tripping the wire, and I was still getting spark while the motor was turning over. So I don't think it's a voltage drop issue. Can't really see it anymore, but it's still sparking. You can hear it. There it goes. So I know the coils are good. Got power coming back here. So what I'll do is I'll turn it off, unhook it here, go ahead and plug everything back in so we can test our voltages while we're plugged in. Alright, so we're plugged in. Bust out the meter. Set the camera down here for a second. I can look outside. Alright, so we're going to go AC volts. We're going to hook in here on our yellow wire, our black and white wire, which these are the pulsar coil. And we're going to crank her over and make sure we're getting a AC voltage pulse from the coil. So we're getting 0.3 off a regular meter. That's plenty enough pulse for the box to say fire. So we're going to go ahead and hook into the box ground, which is the, of course, black and yellow for Kawasaki. And we already know power's coming on our green trip wire. Oh, certainly helps if you switch the meter. Switch the meter over to DC volts. So we're hooked into we got our black lead hooked into our ground, and we're testing the power on the trip wire. Green trip wire is already good. We'll check the black trip wire. Getting voltage there. We'll check our brown with black stripe, which is the main power for the box. We're getting good power there. And then it's also got a ground to make sure you're in neutral, so we'll switch it, pull it out and put it into the green with black stripe. That's your safety switch ground wire. And we'll just hook it onto the battery and make sure we're getting voltage, which we are. So we're getting good grounds. So everything coming to the box is good. The only thing I do not know about is what the voltage spec on this gray wire is supposed to be. It's your Kawasaki safety switch, don't hot wire me. So as you can see, I'm getting 9.89 volts on this gray wire. But then on a regular power wire to the box, getting 12.1. So the resistor's dropping voltage. I don't know if it's dropping enough to be preventing the box from saying okay, or what the deal is here. Trying to hook this up real quick to show you how much voltage the resistor's dropping. Alright, so I got this hooked up to test the voltage drop across the resistor, and we're dropping 2.48 volts across the resistor, so it's dropping 2.5 volts off before it sends it to the safety wire switch on the box. And so as you can see, this is wired up the way it's supposed to be rigged up, with no blah blah blah. Everything's plugged in tight down here. Wiggle the wires, make sure everything's hooked in good. Crank it over, make sure spark plug's grounded out good to the head. Nothing. Why ain't this stupid bike sparking, y'all? Help me out. Peace.